Welcome to the channel. Today we're exploring the fascinating world of Belgium 1 franc coins, small coins with big hidden secrets. These coins might look ordinary at first glance, but some of them are actually quite valuable. Whether it's an older coin from the 1950s or a unique version from the 1960s, collectors around the world are hunting for specific Belgium 1 franc coins that are rare and hard to find. If you've one of these coins, you could be holding on to something worth much more than you think. In this video, we'll uncover the most interesting details, key years to look out for, and the reasons why these coins are now so valuable. So stay tuned, because your Belgium 1 franc coin might be a lot more special than you ever imagined. First up, the 1951 Belgium 1 franc coin. Belgium in 1951 was still in the early years of post-war recovery. The country had endured the turmoil of World War II, and like much of Europe, it was rebuilding its economy, its government, and its currency. The franc was still in use, and coins like the 1 franc piece played an important role in daily life. But what makes the 1951 edition stand out isn't just its utility. It's the story it tells and the rarity it now holds in the world of numismatics. The 1951 Belgium 1 franc coin was minted in nickel, giving it strength and resistance to wear, a practical choice during an era when resources were limited. Its design is symbolic. On one side, you'll see the crowned Belgian lion, a powerful national emblem representing courage and sovereignty. This design, while simple, carries deep meaning for collectors who appreciate the intersection of national pride and monetary history. On the other side, the denomination 1FR is clearly marked along with the date, 1951, and often a mint mark or engraver's initials, depending on the strike. But what really drives interest in this coin today is not just its design or age, it's its value. And while I won't mention an exact number, know this. Certain examples of the 1951 Belgium 1 franc coin have been sold for significantly more than anyone would expect for a coin of this size and denomination. Collectors are willing to pay impressive amounts for coins that are well-preserved, rare in condition, or show unique characteristics. If you own one of these coins, especially in good condition, you might be holding on to something that can make you rich. Condition plays a major role in the coin's desirability. A coin that was used heavily in circulation will have scratches, worn edges, and faded detail. But if you come across a 1951 1 franc coin with sharp features, clear details on the lion's mane, crisp lettering, and minimal wear, you could be looking at a true numismatic gem. These coins are getting harder to find in such condition, and as with anything collectible, rarity adds value. There's also the matter of minting errors and varieties. Every now and then, a coin gets struck slightly off-center, with doubled numbers, or with small defects that occurred at the mint. These errors, when confirmed, make the coin even more unique, and much more desirable to collectors. Imagine having a coin that not only dates back over 70 years, but also carries a rare production mistake. That combination can drive demand through the roof. And yes, it can absolutely make that small coin in your hand a serious asset. What's even more exciting is that many people who own these coins don't realize their potential. The 1951 Belgium 1 franc coin might be sitting in a box of old change, tucked away in a drawer, or stored in a family keepsake. People often overlook coins like these, not knowing that their value has grown dramatically over the decades. That's why collectors and investors alike are paying close attention to older coins from the post-war era, especially those with historical significance, national symbolism, and a limited surviving population. Let's also consider the big picture. Belgium eventually transitioned to the euro in 2002, which means the franc is now a defunct currency. Coins like the 1951 1 franc are no longer in use. They're relics of a past monetary system. And as time goes on, fewer and fewer of these coins remain in good condition. Some are lost. Others are damaged. Many are locked away in private collections and will never hit the market again. That makes the remaining high-quality coins increasingly valuable. Now, if you're holding a 1951 1 franc coin, take a close look at it. Does it still have a nice shine? Can you clearly see the fine details in the design? Is the year sharp and centered? These are all signs that your coin might be worth more than you think. Even if it looks average, it's still worth investigating, because some coins with small, barely noticeable features can turn out to be rare variations. And in the world of collecting, rarity equals value. Another important point is the emotional and cultural impact of this coin. For many Belgians, Coins like this one represent childhood memories, stories from grandparents, or moments from national history. For collectors, this emotional connection adds to the coin's appeal. It's not just about the metal, it's about the story behind it and the feeling of holding a piece of history in your hands. That emotional value often translates into financial value too, especially when collectors are searching for meaningful additions to their collections. So yes, this coin is valuable. And yes, it can make you rich. But even more than that, it's meaningful. It's a reflection of Belgium's past, a symbol of strength and resilience, and a reminder of how even the smallest object can carry deep historical and financial importance. As we wrap up, remember this. The next time you see an old coin, don't judge it by its size or face value. Especially not if it's a 1951 Belgium 1 franc coin. Take a second look. Check the condition. Study the details. Because you just might be holding something rare, something powerful, something that could change your financial future. Now, we'll explore the 1963 Belgium 1 franc coin. The year is 1963. Belgium is well into the post-war Reconstruction era, and the Belgian franc is still the national currency. In the early 60s, coins were not only a tool for trade, but also symbols of national identity and strength. Belgium, with its complex history and rich culture, expressed much of that through its currency. And the 1963 1 franc coin is a prime example of that expression. Made primarily of nickel, the 1963 1 franc coin was built for durability. Nickel was a common choice for mid-20th century coinage, especially in European countries that needed resilient, corrosion-resistant metals for everyday circulation. This gave the coin a distinctive silvery look and a strong build, which helped many of them survive through decades of use. However, even though they were made to last, finding one in excellent condition today is not easy, and that's where the value comes in. Now let's talk about the design. The obverse side of the 1963 Belgium 1 franc coin typically features the crowned Belgian lion, a national symbol of courage and sovereignty. This powerful image has been used in various forms across Belgian coinage, and in this case, it sits proudly above the denomination, reinforcing the authority of the currency. The reverse side shows the denomination 1FR and the year 1963, with fine, well-balanced spacing. Some coins may include a mint mark or engraver's initials, depending on where and how they were struck. While the design may appear simple, its significance is far from it. The lion represents unity and strength, traits Belgium needed in this transitional period. Holding this coin today is like holding a miniature piece of Belgium's post-war rebuilding story. And for coin collectors, symbolism like this adds meaning, depth, and emotional value to what otherwise might seem like just another piece of metal. Collectors are particularly drawn to the 1963 issue for a few key reasons. First is the age. We're talking about a coin that's over 60 years old. While millions may have been minted, only a fraction remain in high-quality condition today. Circulated coins have wear, scratches, and fading. But those that escaped heavy use, coins kept in drawers, forgotten in piggy banks, or preserved in collections, are far rarer. And the better the condition, the higher the interest among serious collectors. This is where coin grading comes into play. A 1963 1 franc coin in poor condition may hold historical interest, but one in excellent or near-mint condition is far more desirable. Collectors pay close attention to the sharpness of the details, especially the lion's face and mane, the crown, the lettering, and the edges. Clean fields, minimal scratches, and no major blemishes can push a coin into a higher collectible tier. But beyond condition, there's also the matter of variety. Not all coins are struck equally. Some 1963 Belgium 1 franc coins may have subtle differences that make them more valuable. For example, slight variations in spacing, alignment, or thickness can make a coin more collectible. Occasionally, errors occurred during the minting process, resulting in double strikes, off-center impressions, or die cracks. These minting errors are prized by collectors, and if you happen to find one, it could be worth far more than a standard version. Another reason the 1963 Belgium 1 franc coin is valuable is due to its historical cutoff. Belgium eventually retired the franc when it adopted the euro in 2002. That means coins like the 1 franc piece are now obsolete. They are no longer legal tender and will never be produced again. This makes every surviving franc coin a finite resource. Over time, as fewer remain in circulation and as more collectors seek them out, demand increases, and so does value. Think about it this way. Most people don't even check their old coins. They assume they're worthless, forgotten pieces of the past. But if you've got a 1963 1 franc coin, you could be sitting on a piece of numismatic history. It may not seem like much at first, but to the right collector, that coin can represent a meaningful addition to a focused European collection. And in many cases, especially with well-preserved examples, it can become a surprisingly valuable asset. Let's not forget the emotional value as well. For Belgian families, coins from this era carry nostalgia. They bring back memories of markets, streetcars, and the everyday life of another generation. Some people collect these coins not for profit, but for the connection they represent, a link to grandparents, to their childhood, or to their national heritage. That emotional tie can sometimes outweigh even the financial value, making the coin priceless to the right person. If you've got a 1963 1 franc coin in your possession, now is the time to take a closer look. Check for its condition. Is the detail still strong? Are the edges clean? Is the surface relatively free of damage? Look for any signs of minting errors or unusual characteristics that could set your coin apart from the rest. Even small imperfections or irregularities can turn a common coin into a rare collectible. Even though I'm not mentioning exact market prices in this video, it's safe to say that the right combination of year, condition, rarity, and collector interest can turn an old coin into a valuable find. This coin is no longer just pocket change. It's a piece of Belgian history, a symbol of resilience, and for some, a doorway into the world of rare and collectible currency. So next time you come across a small silver-colored coin marked 1963 and 1 FR, don't toss it aside. Take a closer look. It might be more than just a coin. It could be a key to understanding a piece of European history, and potentially a hidden treasure sitting right in your home. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this deep dive into the 1951 and 1963 Belgium 1 franc coin interesting or helpful, make sure to stay tuned. We'll continue exploring other rare and valuable coins from around the world. Coins that most people overlook, but that collectors know are worth so much more.